Why God doesn't remove lust immediately. Have you ever thought about why God lets you use lust to fight this battle? Why does this fight feel like a pain that won't go away? You asked God to take it away. You prayed until you could not say anything else. You haven't eaten since you felt weak. You have gotten rid of magazines, apps, and websites, and you have cried yourself to sleep every night. But the temptation is still there. The need won't go away. As it gets dark, you ask yourself, God, why? Why won't you get rid of this for me? After that, it's quiet, and it feels like no one remembers you. But I have something to share with you that could change everything. How about this? The struggle you're trying to avoid could be the way God is changing your soul. What if this sharp thorn isn't meant to hurt you, but is actually your hidden way to find your purpose? Stay with me until the end, because I'm about to tell you something that the enemy really wants you to miss. The divine reason for your battle and the key to victory that lies in a powerful Bible verse.
You've cried out. You've lost it. You begged, Lord, take this away from me. Please, this lust is too much for me. It makes me hate myself. But this is something that churches don't usually teach. Lust isn't just bad things. It means something. There's a hurt, an emptiness, or a longing that's screaming below the surface, and every sign points to it. The fight you're having isn't really about what you want physically. It's about what you think about yourself. Lust says you're not good enough. The enemy makes fun of you by telling you you're dirty, you're broken. God could never really love someone like you. And shame makes you feel like you can't leave. However, God says something very different. He says you're loved. He says you're back. He calls you his child and pick. And that quiet truth has the power that Satan fears the most. Your struggle does not make you who you are. Your weakness is not a part of who you are. It has to do with Christ.
Paul asked God 3 times to get rid of a problem in his life. It's not clear to us what it was. Some people think it was pain. Some people think it might have been desire or even temptation. The answer God gave him was the same answer he gives to all of us who have prayed that desperate prayer. My grace is enough for you. Not right away removal, not healing right away, only grace. Why? There are times when your battle isn't meant to punish you. You are being asked to find a grace that only shows up when you are weak. When there is no thorn, pride grows. You can't depend on God without the thorn, but it makes you hold on to him stronger. As you get closer, you stay in touch.
Think about Joseph. Every day, Potiphar's wife tried to get him to do bad things. He picked to run away from sin. Where did he end up after making that choice? Not to a throne, but to a cell. Why would God let that happen? For many people, lust is the test that comes before they make it big. The prison comes before the palace. The cross comes before the crown. There is fire before the glory. God isn't being mean to you by making you wait. God is getting you ready. He is cleaning the heart that he will trust with great things. What you see is always where lust begins. Eve took a look at the fruit. It was hers, so she took it. The pattern is still the same after thousands of years. This is why Jesus said, "Cut off the eye that makes you trip." Matthew 18:9. You see these things because they are very powerful, not because God wants to hurt you. What you let in with your eyes can win your heart. Every temptation we face, Jesus also had to deal with. Yes, all of them, such as the pull of physical desire. He never gave up, though. What did he do to fight back? With just 3 words, "It is written." His weapon was the Bible, and it can be yours too. So why doesn't God just take away the want? Why doesn't he just take away your lust for good? Because having freedom without having a relationship makes you feel empty. Would you still look for God if he gave you victory right away? Or would you start to worship the gift instead of the person who gave it to you? There are some false gods that aren't in sin. They're in the good things we look for. God doesn't take too long because he's mean. He takes longer because he wants more from you than just obedience. He wants to be with you. He wants to get close to you. He wants you to cry real tears, give up everything, and pray real prayers. He wants you to stay strong even when things don't make sense. Because when you hold on, you change. You're not destroyed by the fire. It cleans you up.
It's like making a deal with darkness every time you click, look, or think. But here's the secret. You can back out of the deal if you agreed to it. You're not just hooked, you have been chosen. The enemy won't attack something that doesn't scare him. You're a threat to hell because you're fighting lust. He tries to hurt your purity because he knows that if he can do that, he can stop your destiny. But pay close attention. Your freedom doesn't depend on your own strength. You only need to make a choice. Say it out loud. I choose purity. 3 words that break links, 3 words that scare evil spirits. Weakness isn't admitting something. It's war on the spirit level. God will take away what you bring into the light. Lust grows when it's hidden, but it dies when it's seen. That's why the enemy wants you to be alone and think you're the only one having a hard time. God told Elijah that there were 7,000 other people who hadn't given up who were with him. There are other people fighting too, and one day your big step forward will help someone else get free. For 40 years, God's people were lost in the desert. It wasn't because they were lost, but because they were getting ready. Every wait taught me something. Every dry season was a test. The wild wasn't a punishment, it was getting ready. Maybe the fact that you give in to temptation over and over again isn't a sign that God has given up on you, but that he's making you into someone better. You don't waste any time when you wait, wrestle, fall, and get back up. It helps you be more patient, humble, and trusting. It makes your heart strong enough to worship even when you're weak. David didn't just say nice things when he prayed, "Turn my eyes away from worthless things," Psalm 119:37. He used holy prayers to fight a spiritual battle. It wasn't just a verse in that prayer, it was a weapon that clears your mind when temptation is getting in the way. Say it out loud. Say it. Trust it. Notice how things change when you turn your attention back to God. Your thorn is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It makes you fall at Jesus' feet. You might get lost without it. It helps you stay close. Always keep walking, even when things get hard. This makes you more like the person God always knew you could be. The words, "I made a covenant with my eyes not to look with lust," Job 31:1, were very strong. That wasn't just short stories, it was a war. He told God about his vision. Have you yet promised that? Your eyes are the way into your soul. The enemy can walk right in if that door isn't locked. Having lust isn't the end goal, it's a way in to compromise, shame, and spiritual decline. He can take your peace if he can take your purity. If he gets what you want, he will ruin your future. That's why the fight feels so tough, because everything God put inside you is behind this door. Lust's voice is old. It says, "Just this once. No one will understand. God'll get it." That voice isn't yours, though. It comes from a force that has been tempting people since the Garden of Eden. But here's what lust does badly. When you worship, it falls apart. If you raise your hands in the middle of temptation, it loses its power. Even if you lose your willpower, worship is like fire. Shame is silenced by praise. No one else is fighting this with you. There are thousands of people fighting with you in an army that you can't see. You never giving up might be the key that frees someone else. Walk by the Spirit,
and you will not give in to the desires of the flesh, Galatians 5:16, is a verse that the enemy dreads more than any other. Not maybe, not all the time, you're not going to. That's the plan for your freedom. They got better not by working harder, but by letting go. Lust can't hold you when you walk in the Spirit. Lord, why won't you take this from me? You prayed. But the thorn might keep you close. It makes you humble. It helps you remember where your real strength comes from. Your thorn doesn't mean that God has left you. It shows that He is with you. He is close to people who are sad. He stays with the weak. When lust comes calling, don't let it in. Say the Psalm 119:37 prayer. Say, I choose purity. Own up to it. Use it to worship. Don't forget who you are. Not a drug addict. It wasn't a fail. Not shame, but a winner. Since God's Spirit isn't yelling at you, He is whispering softly. He hasn't left you even when you were at your weakest. He stayed with you through the worst nights. There is a reason for your struggle. Your fight is being turned into a story right now. The thing you hate the most will become the story that helps other people get better. Someone else's freedom will grow from the tears you shed. You're not doing badly. You are arguing. And fighters trip. Warriors get hurt. Heaven counts it as a victory every time you get back up, say you're sorry, and whisper, Jesus, help me. It's not addict in your name. It's not shame. There's no lust in it. You are loved, saved, and an overcomer in heaven. This battle is not the end of you. This is the start of your journey.
Don't hate the fire. It's making you better. Don't hate the wilderness. It's making you who you are. The thorn is keeping you close to the one who saves, so don't hate it. So stand up again tonight. Get your sword ready. Tell the truth. Follow the Spirit. And when temptation strikes, say these 3 words, I choose purity. This will take away its power for good. Your story doesn't end here. These words are the start of your testimony. And one day, the thing you hate the most will allow God's glory to shine through the most. This message wasn't found by accident. You were supposed to be here. Also, if you think God is talking to you right now, I want you to do this. Click on that button to subscribe right now. Do not let this chance go by. It's up to you to surround yourself with truth, encouragement, and reminders that you're not fighting this fight alone. Just say, I choose purity, or share what part of this message spoke to you in the comments section below. Someone else might need to read your comment today in order to keep going. Send this video to someone who is fighting alone, because your fight isn't for nothing, and your win, you're not as far away as you think. Join, leave a comment, and share. Let's come together as a group of people who have overcome.